Hello, everyone. This is Tom, your host for Hidden Truths. It is December 16th, 2024. I want to do a video this evening about the mysterious so called drones that are flying over that we are not supposed to be afraid of, and they don't seem to be causing any harm or any disruption. Really. Last night for 4 hours, they had to close down Wright-Patterson Air Force Base airspace. Does that sound like no threat to you? And don't forget that Wright-Patterson Air Force Base was part of the conspiracy theory with the Roswell incident. And then they had to shut down another airport north, I believe it was north of New York City, about 60 miles north of New York City. I can't remember the name of the airport. But really, no danger. Okay? And they're trying to... This is why this isn't the military. The military isn't going to be messing with the military. Okay? The big thing now is they're looking for nuclear weapons. Okay? No. Like, how many different types of drones do you think the military has through all the services to detect radiation? Okay, I'm sure they got a few models. Okay, a few types through all the services, but not as many types that we're seeing in the air now. I mean, we're seeing hundreds of different types of these drones. And I know how the military operates. They're not going to sit there. Oh, we'll just have 500 different types of drones to do the same job. That's not the way the military operates, not even close. By the way, it's a good cover story, isn't it? The government's letting that story go to be kind of a cover. Does the military know what's going on, or does our government know what's going on? I do believe they know what's going on. It's just they don't have no control over it, and they can't stop it. I mean, our airspace is being violated all over the country. I mean, all over the world this is happening. So, and nobody wants to step over the line and say UFOs or stuff like that. Well, like I say, you're closing down the airspace over an Air Force base. What, they didn't have no fighters? This is an Air Force base. Okay, if that was a MiG fighter coming in, they'd blow it out of the air. Would anybody disagree with me on that? But we're going to allow these drones that we don't know who's operating, don't know where they come from, go over military installations where they're closing down the airspace. But there's no threat, okay, everybody? There's no threat. So I don't know what's going on here, but I'm really starting to think of beings from other dimensions, Atlantis, or from outer space. I mean, that's the only thing. There's so many... With all these theories that people have, you put all the facts into it, like the facts that, they go dark. Even the politicians said this. They go dark. They can't be followed. They look like they're coming out of the sea. Okay? People try to get their drones next to them, and their batteries go dead. All this stuff. Who's got the technology for that? If we are the superior military power on this planet, then obviously we're not. Because some other military is making a mockery out of our military right now. I mean, to where they're closing the airspace over the base and saying there's nothing to see here, nothing to worry about. I'm just wondering who this more powerful entity is. Country, whatever. All I know is it's not the U.S. government. There's too many different types. And a lot of it, yeah, some of it's airplanes. And I'm sure people are flying their drones up to sit there, confuse everybody, get the old disinformation going. If the government's flying any drones, it's to create disinformation, to hide the truth, okay? But, don't see anybody that we know that has that type of technology. Anyway, it's time to start looking at, like Mr. Spock would say, how did he say that in Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country? If you eliminate the possible, the impossible, no matter how improbable, has got to be it, or however he said it. Just because we're human beings on this planet and our minds have never expanded past Mars or the moon, okay? Out there and stuff, but there's a lot we have to learn. This world was around. This Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years. That's 4.5 million, million year periods. Or 4,500 million year periods. I think there could have been a lot of life here that's come and gone long before us. But the human, our conceit, we're the smartest beings in the universe. Anyway, that's going to come to an end, I think. And all the power that human beings think they have are going to find out it's nothing but a drop in the bucket to the real power that's out there. We're going to find out that we're the ancients. Are you prepared for that? Okay. I mean, we're already screwed up as a society. To find out we're the ancients, but whatever. But don't worry. If it's all hovering over your house, don't worry. If it's as big as an SUV, don't worry. You're not actually, it's just a nice sized drone. And like I say, all this, they want to come up with explanations. The only thing that it explains these drone sightings is everybody who's been seeing UFOs for 60 years. It just makes all their stories true because now everybody's seeing the lights they see, this bright spheres they see and stuff, the balls of light. Now we're all seeing them. So it just, to me, it just sits there and tells me and everybody else that those people were telling the truth over all these years. Anyway, we can try to hide from the truth, but if our government was looking for a nuclear bomb, I understand where they could understand that logic, but they would do it in a lot stealthier way than making sure all the lights are on so everybody can see it. And if you're parking your drone over a normal guy's house, what are you sniffing for there? Joe Blow, who goes to work every day in his 1-ton pickup truck, all of a sudden has time to be a terrorist who wants to blow us up with a nuclear weapon? Okay, none of it makes any sense. And like I say, the only thing that makes sense is they're not from our way of thinking. Okay, they're beyond our comprehension of where they're coming from. Not beyond our comprehension, beyond what we want to comprehend. Anyway, it's crazy. Okay, it's crazy. And if this is a psych job where this is all a show and however they're doing it, then we need to dismantle our government immediately. But then it goes to that fact, don't go. It's all over the world. It's spreading, like I said in my first video in here. It's going to spread, and it's spreading. Anyway, we'll find out eventually. The truth is going to come out. But it'll be interesting. All of us people who believe in UFOs have wanted disclosure for so long. And now that we're probably at the closest point ever of it happening, are you going to embrace it or be scared of it? Being scared of something you haven't tried or something the unknown to you is natural. But, all us that want disclosure or proof, I've seen lots of things in the sky, okay? But everybody knows now to where it's not a whispering subject. It's actually mainstream. We're talking about in coffee shops about the newest alien that's walking down the street. Okay. Times are crazy. Like I say, maybe they heard of Biden's open border policy and they're just migrants that want to sit there and claim asylum in our country. Gotta laugh about some things, okay? By the way, this is getting serious. Okay, when you're closing down airspace and you're telling me not to be afraid, I'm not afraid anyway. But tell me not to worry about nothing. Like I say, if these were MiG fighters flying through the air, they would be getting blown out of the air. But we're letting something that we don't know where they come from, don't know who's operating them, and we're not going to defend our airspace against them at all. Crazy time. Anyway, yeah, let's see if let me go hop in an airplane, even though I can fly, I don't have pilot's license, and go flying around a little bit and see what kind of treatment I get when I get back on the ground. Oh, and I'll fly over a military installation too. See if I get blown out of the air. But the government says they're flying legally. Okay. Anyway, so everybody, how do you prepare for an alien invasion? How do you prepare for a disclosure? I guess you got to have an open mind and be willing to overcome and adapt. Anyway, that's all I got for this evening. So don't worry. The government's closing airspace. But if they're over your house, you're fine. Anyway. What is 2025 going to bring? Boy, we thought 2024 couldn't get any worse, and it's ending out with aliens. Anyway, times are crazy. Everybody have a good evening. I'm out.